his ankle looked at because that foul late in the game, or the corner, he went out for a corner kick, he dinged his foot up a little bit. So we're just eliminating that there's nothing else wrong. So he's at the doctor's.
Which foot is it? Which ankle?
I believe it's his right. I believe so.
And then is Georgie a little bit further, or what's the depth of his injury? Like,
Georgie's going to come back out on the field because we had X-ray, MRI, CT scan, 3 different doctors look at it. There is a little crack in one of his bones in the bottom of his foot, but there is enough opinions, expert opinions, not mine, but doctors that said he can go out, and if he can tolerate the pain, he can play. So we're going to ramp Georgie up and see if he can tolerate training. And hopefully he can, because we're getting light on players.
which foot is that?
Jada, you're asking me the tough questions today. I believe it is his right, but I'm not 100%.
Hey, how about Stu? We also saw him out there. What's his status?
Stewie's still working with that quad. He's still a ways out.
And no updated timeline on Jordan. I assume it's still 4 weeks.
No, still 4 weeks from there. Jogging pretty likely.
Ryan, Albert talked a little bit about in the second half. Obviously, you're down 2-0. You talk about a sense of urgency. How much is that messaging to try to get to your team about, hey, let's not wait till we get 2 down. Let's do that at the beginning of the game?
Well, the messaging in today's film was some of that, yes, for sure. The switch I made, bringing Yaimar, putting Alex back there, I thought that worked. I think we were more, attack-minded. But you're right. It shouldn't have gotten to 2-0. It shouldn't have gotten to a point where we needed to make that type of drastic change to get ourselves into the game. I talked to you guys before the game about, trying to keep a clean sheet and not give away bad goals. We gave up a couple of bad goals. So that put us behind the 8 ball. And then the other thing, and I think it was Albert that said it last week, or maybe it was internal in the players, taking advantage of our chances. So we could have been 2-1 at halftime. Could have been. We had a couple of clear chances. Expected goals where they just were ahead just a little bit because the game got stretched at the end. But up until 60th, 70th minute, I thought we created enough to try and get at least 2, maybe a third. But it didn't happen. The goalkeeper had a good day, and we didn't make the plays that we needed to.
First game I asked you about, the link-up play, and you said you take a look at that. Are you happy with?
Link-up play was fine. I don't think the build-up was horrible. I think we got the ball into their half. I just don't think we made the plays that we needed to.
When it comes to Osasa de Rosario and maybe not being able to really get into the game, is that a thing of the system maybe needed to do more for him, or him more for the system to get more involved?
It's a team sport. I think it's a combination maybe of those two things. You might demand a little bit more of him, get him back, fill him with some confidence and some swagger. But at the same time, we need to help him. We need to find him with passes, get him involved early in the game. Forwards feed off that type of surface and touching the ball. So it's a combination of both.
And I was curious about you bring out Jesus Ferreira. Was that more tactics, or did you see anything wrong physically with him? Is he all right?
No, that's just tactics. We got a deep squad, and I needed to shuffle the deck. So.
With a player like Jackson, do you feel that he should be back in that, or will get his way back into the conversation with the U.S. team? No communication with that as far as getting back, getting a call.
Well, there hasn't been any communication about that. He has the potential to get there, but him and Nuhu on that side for that second goal, he's not going to play his way into the National League picture if those types of goals go in.
Can you talk a little bit about that goal? It doesn't seem as simple as it was just too high of a line. Can you sort of explain what went wrong there?
Well, again, it's an individual sport, and it's a team sport. So when you break things down, there's individual mistakes that, we lost the ball. How did we lose the ball in that sequence? And Christian and Paul, and we lost it. Then we got back. Then, as the ball transfers over, the back four has to work as a unit, as a back four. So everybody sees Nuhu trying to press and Gozo making a little check and go, which you rightly saw. So there's the individual mistake. But the other three, Jackson, Yaimar, and Alex, should have been 10 yards over this way. Because if you really watch it, it's not just Jackson could have gotten there, but if Yaimar was over here, Yaimar would have been able to caught the guy that actually scored. And so it's individual and it's group defending that wasn't good in that moment. And it's something that we as coaches have to take responsibility for that, because the back four, that you have to get that right, especially if I want to back my own words up of getting back to what 2024 looks like. Then I have to make sure we do a better job of making sure they're ready.
Coach,
Is
at the end
that-
of last year, you talked about the cheat goals. Do you think that these two kind of fell in that category? Or
Last year I was more upset with some of the set piece goals, and they didn't hurt us on set pieces. Even when we brought a lot of smaller guys onto the field, Paul Areola and Schneider, and took Yaimar out, who's probably our best defender on set pieces. The team still performed well in that phase of the game. So I think defensively on the set pieces, I think the team got the message. But those were open play goals, and that's where I was.
It's a 100 days out from
The World
the
Cup.
World Cup. Has any of your feelings or excitement changed given the illegal war that was started in Iran?
You mean the bombing
Right,
of it?
yeah. The strikes that the U.S. and
Yeah.
Israel had.
Well, look, that's a political thing. Where I land on that is I hope that the outcome of that doesn't affect the World Cup. Now, is Iran going to come and they're not going to come? Okay, fine. I don't know that. I can't speak to that because I'm not making that decision. I would hope that that ends quickly, and I would hope that they are able to come and participate. That's my personal feelings. But again, I don't have enough clout with Infantino.
Well, for sure. And I mean more so when that happens, that kind of, breakout happens, did your enthusiasm or anything like that change? Like, is it
My enthusiasm has not changed.
Yeah.
I'm just we're obviously concerned citizens. We don't want wars to happen.
Yeah.
But my enthusiasm is still sky high. I got a line on a couple of tickets for 2 of the games. I'm still searching for more if anybody wants to sell me any tickets. I am still a willing buyer, but I do have a line on 2 of the 6 games here in Seattle.
Brian, going back to the game, I just wanted to get your take now that you've watched the tape on Hassani Dotson's overall performance and how it worked out in this game.
It's good. I mean, we're still, he and Christian are still learning the little nuances. He was okay. I like Hassani. I think he's done well.